This video is going to be on solving equations by multiplying binomials first. I'm going to go over two different examples. For the first one, we have a problem like this. 3x squared minus 4 equals quantity x plus 2 times quantity 3x minus 5. First thing we need to do to solve this, we need to get rid of our parentheses on this right side. And we have two binomials that are being multiplied together. To get rid of the parentheses, I'm going to make myself a generic rectangle and multiply those binomials out. So x plus 2 and 3x minus 5. So again, multiplying out these, I'm going to multiply the side lengths of each individual box. So x times 3x is 3x squared. Above that, I'm going to get 2 times 3x for 6x. Bottom right, negative 5x. In the top right, I'm going to have a negative 10. That means the right side of this equation I can now write as 3x squared, combining like terms, plus 1x minus 10, and the left side of the equation stays the same for right now. Once I have this, I now can go through and solve. I no longer have parentheses. So I'm going to get my x squared to the same side. If I subtract the 3x squared from both sides, they actually drop out. So that makes a 0 and that makes a 0. I'm left with negative 4 equals x minus 10. So in one step there, after I've multiplied this out, one step this problem looks much simpler. I'm now going to add 10 to both sides, and I get x to equal 6. Second example I'm going to go over is going to look a little bit more confusing, but the process will be really the same. So now I have a set of binomials on the left, and I have a set of binomials on the right. In order to solve this again, I need to go through and make a generic rectangle for each set. So on the left side, I'm going to go through and multiply 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. On the right side, I'm going to now multiply x minus 1 and 2x plus 5. So I'm going to do the red one first. Bottom left corner, 2x times x is 2x squared. Above that, 1 times x is 1x. Bottom right, I have negative 3 times 2x for a negative 6x. And the top right, I have a negative 3. So now I'm going to rewrite this side as 2x squared, combining my like terms, for a negative 5x minus 3. On the right side, in the purple, I'm going to now do the same thing. I get 2x squared here, and above that, I'm going to get a negative 2x. Bottom right, I have a 5x, and above that, I have a negative 5. So I now can write that side as 2x squared, combining my like terms, positive 3x minus 5. I am now going to solve this problem. I no longer have parentheses, so to get my x squareds on the same side, I'm going to subtract 2x squared from both sides. Just like in the last part, those drop out. And my new problem now is negative 5x minus 3 equals 3x minus 5. I'm going to move my x's to the same side. And to keep my x's positive, I'm going to move that over by adding 5x to both sides. And that makes a 0, so I have negative 3 equals 8x minus 5. Add 5 to both sides to get the x's by itself. And I now have 2 equals 8x. To get x by itself, I'm going to divide by 8, making my giant 1. And I get x to equal 2/8, which simplifies down to 1/4, 1/4.